What's crackin', movie trivia Schmoedown fans? It's your boy C-Dub, and today we got the outlaw John Rocha taking on the android Marc Andreyko. These are both great players. Rocha's trying to get himself back in the title contention. So, Andreyko, he a great player, but I am going with the outlaw on this one, but it's going to be a great match, so let's get it started.
Tonight? What do you got? Is this movie trivia game?
Alyssa Milano?
That is correct. Matthew Broderick. That's the famous Stallone mug.
I want to know if you do yourself the honor of maybe like kind of marrying me.
That blue fairy thing, screw. Yeah. Watch Pinocchio, it's the blue fairy guy.
Whoa!
Wow.
We just went explicit.
Wow.
Marlon is upset.
Don't even look me in the eye. He's upset about that blue fairy.
Red in the face.
Yeah. Harlow.
That blue fairy sucks my balls!
I got the right answer. How many points? I did not bet enough points.
What? GTE!
I win?
I'm a firm believer in trial and error, and I believe my client is on trial. It's an error.
Mark Riley is your winner, advancing to the next round. Destruction. Janae has no points left, and Mark Riley is the winner. That right, Riley, you won the entire Ultimate Schmoedown. You get the belt.
Peace out, Mother F's.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. 40 competitors going at it. Who's going to be the last person standing? 5 competitors will start at the table. People who have the lowest amount of points on the desk will be eliminated, and then new competitors will enter.
You never know who's coming down the ramp next.
You guys can be there to watch it all go down in downtown LA. Give it up for John Humphrey.
Yeah, wow, Irwin has not missed.
Head to head to head to head to figure out who is the ultimate champion here. This is something special. What movie does Holborn die? 2 times. Yep, 2 times.
Bill the Pony accompanies the Hobbit and the rest of the fellowship from
Big Bad Jay Washington. Don't mind if I do. What are you getting, some last minute studying in there, pal? What is this? What is all this crap? But you're gonna need more than a steno pen. Beat the smasher, you know that, right? I got news for you. You're a big deal, and everybody loves you, but we're the future, and get used to it. So I appreciate you giving us a match. I appreciate you letting us come into your world, but just know this, it's our time, pal. So if there's anything you gotta say about that, I'd love to hear what you gotta say.
Pick up my goddamn notebook.
Easy, man, it's just trivia. Take it easy, okay?
And speaking of trivia, might I introduce to you the Smasher?
Oh, yeah. You hear that noise in your head, Jay? That's the the inner voices in your head saying, my inner geekdom career is over. Let's go smash her.
He let anybody in his damn league. Alright, the Last Jedi. Ninka. Ninka. The A. Ninko.
Joined by the host of Inside Schmoedown, the pit boss, Ken Napsok.
Hey, happy to be here, happy to be here. You know what there, Chairman? Sometimes you make mistakes at the top. Sometimes you get things right. I think this match today is a great match with the two competitors. Good job, you. Good job, you.
I'm so happy that you like what I'm talking about here, Ken. So look, this is a really big match because this is going to determine a lot. First of all, these are two of the best players to ever play the game, and they've never faced each other in singles before. They faced each other in teams back in the 2017 tournament, with John Rocha getting the W with the now defunct top 10 team. But Marc Andreyko had a hell of a year last year. He challenged for the title last year. John Rocha challenged for the title last year and won it, although he hasn't performed since his loss to Ethan Irwin at Schmoedown Spectacular. But the winner of this match here today will not have an easy road to get to that title. They will be put into a triple threat match with Ethan Irwin and William the Beast Bibiani.
Wow, that is an epic matchup, and you know Dan is sitting up there with that belt, and he looks out in this field of contenders and competitors, and I don't think Dan ever gets scared or worried, but he has to look at what's coming for him and feel like he's got to get ready for a big time match, because these two guys bring a lot of knowledge and a lot of passion and competitive spirit.
Well, it's funny you say that, because I actually saw the champion at a screening, and I told him this is what was going down. I said that they were going to fight it out and put through the grinder, and he said, "Good, let him earn it." You know, because that's the kind of competitor that Dan is. He said he wants them because whoever comes out of that will have earned it, even if it means it's part of his team, his teammate and stablemate, the outlaw John Rocha. And it's funny because the champion will be walking out with John Rocha today, but they have a mutual respect. They want to face each other. But that's not a sure thing. Marc Andreyko, he is the android. He is one of the best players that we have seen in this league, and it's a reason why that he is going to Chicago in a #1 contender match against Who's the Boss in the live event at the Schmoedownlive.com in Chicago. So I'm ready to get going. You ready to hear what these guys have to say?
I'm absolutely ready to hear.
All right, here we go. Let's hear it.
2019, the Outlaw is back in the singles division. Got a new hat, new attitude, new mission. My fellow horseman, Dan Merle, we go way back. Rivals, now friends, but he's always been the example, the shining example of this league. And if there's anything I want to do is to match every one of his accomplishments and winning a belt a third time. We'll see what happens. You know, the Schmoedown fandom love Marc Andreyko for so many reasons, but one of the big reasons is they feel he's one of the greatest players to never have a belt.
The greatest player to never win a belt, so that makes me Glenn Close or Peter O'Toole of the Schmoedown. You know, I would really like to win a singles title, but truth be told, I think I'm having more fun playing teams with Snyder, because we were on the same faction, the Lions Den, before, and we are definitely have two different areas of strengths. And I think he's making me a little bit more aggressive, and I'm making him a little bit more likable. So and Roxy, if I could, I would always want Emma to stay the manager, but if I had to get someone else, Roxy has been a phenomenal manager, and I think I can say this right now is going to be a contender for manager of the year at the end of the season.
You know, they call him an android because it feels like he's not even human when he's in that ring.
John is a complicated competitor. He's super smart, but he's also super emotional. If he gets thrown, it tends to get to him, whereas I've been learning to do slow and steady wins the race and trying to be calm and think through things.
One of the toughest competitors I've ever faced him in teams. Noticed I had to have set the points record just to beat that team, they were that good.
And if he misses a question that he should know, he'll start beating himself up so much that that's like pulling a string on a sweater. He will just be a ball of yarn at the end of it. So.
And after I take care of the android, well.
Then I get to go to a three-way with Ethan and Bibiani.
Bibiani, with that website, which basically is like state-run television for his points of view, and Ethan Irwin, the man who beat me, who took the belt from me, the man who made people call me a transition champ now.
So this is not getting any easier. It's leveling up in a way that is exhausting to even think about.
Just to face the great one, the greatest of all time, in my opinion, Dan Murrell. You know, he's not only just next to me as the founding father, he's not only just next to me on the Mount Rushmore of the Schmoedown, he's also someone I gotta take down, and someone, if you look at the record, I've done really well against.
Mr. Rocha, I hope this is a fun match for the fans. I hope it's a high-scoring match, because those are always the best ones, and I really hope I beat you. And I hope I beat you by stealing your Westerns questions.
Forget the hearse, because I never die. I got 9 lives, cat's eyes, abusing every one of them, and running wild. And that's what I'm going to do in 2019. Running wild as the outlaw. Going to bring the title back, put it back across my shoulder, and ride off into the sunset with it. That's how it goes. Android, you're just in the way. You're going down today.
A lot of respect there too, but they both had the same mission. And it's funny that Marc Andreyko said that, because it's true. The fans have been saying that. They have deemed Marc Andreyko, he is the best player who has never won a championship yet. He's so close. He's come so close so many times. He's right at the edge to get that team title with Snyder. He's right at the edge to try to get a shot to that singles belt. And then you got John Rocha. John Rocha, who has won the championship twice. He has won the team championship once. He has also been playing kind of catch up with Dan Murrell. You know, Dan Murrell had won the championship twice, and then John won it twice. Dan Murrell just won it a third time. Can John do it for a third time? So much to happen, and this match is the beginning of it all.
This is where it begins. The road to championship gold is out in front of both these competitors.
All right, here are notable accomplishments. Marc Andreyko was in a championship match and took Bibiani to the brink. Won the triple threat at the Collider Collision. Has been in multiple tournaments and done very well, and is a #1 contender match coming up here April 13th. The Outlaw John Rocha, a former team champion, a former Ultimate Schmoedown finalist in 2016, and the former 2-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world. All right, Ken, with that, you ready to get going?
I'm just amazed that all that is in your brain.
I'm exhausted.
I'm not. Let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
You're right.
Introducing first, representing The Odd Couple, with a record of 6 wins, 5 defeats, and 1 knockout. He is the 2018 Ultimate Schmoedown Singles Semi-Finalist and the #5 ranked contender, Marc the Android Andreyko. Roxy get a what did Grace do?
Don't look at me.
What did Grace do?
Look at me. There's nothing. If Roxy can't get here, Roxy can't get here.
I know for a fact that Roxy was supposed to be here, and again, not here. Something is going on.
Your girlfriend, Ken.
That's what they're saying.
Look, it's, flighty help is flighty help.
Denying any accusations.
I categorically deny anything and everything.
All right. And his opponent, representing the 5 Horsemen, led to the ring by the Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion world Dan Murrell, with a record of 11 wins, 7 defeats, and 3 knockouts. He is the former Movie Trivia Schmoedown team champion and the former 2-time Movie Trivia Schmoedown champion of the world, the Outlaw John Rocha.
shape. Look at that.
And there he is with the champion. The champion there giving him a
hug.
Yeah,
a hug. And so
but it's also...
Oh, he's touching the back.
He's shaking hands. A lot of respect.
You know what? Here's what it is. Here's what I love about the android Andreyko. Look at him. He's calm. He's collected. He's got his Wonder Woman T-shirt on.
Valium.
Valium is the thing, but he is a killer in his own right. The Outlaw, a lot of intensity. You can feel it emanating off of him right now.
They both want it here, Ken. They both want it. The question is, who wants it more? And we're about to find out. Round number 1, the competitors will get 8 questions. 8 questions worth 1 point apiece from subjects all over the movie universe. And they cannot steal, obviously, in this one. They have 15 seconds to answer the question. You have 3 JTE rules. You got 1 challenge. And that's pretty much, that's the gist. So I will ask first. The Outlaw, are you ready?
Absolutely.
And the Android, are you ready?
Sure.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Here we go.
To finish.
Animated begins this. Animated. The character Figaro is what type of animal in Disney's Pinocchio?
Did you ever sing that?
Yeah, and I always think of Robin Williams now. 5, 4, you hear that? 3,
Fish?
2, 1. John Rocha.
Cat?
Yes, and the Android.
Cat.
There you go. 1-1. Somebody heard that.
Smells like chicken up here. Question number 2 in the category of action-adventure. Action/adventure. In Skyfall, Naomi Harris plays Eve, who is revealed to be what famous character?
I've never seen a James Bond movie.
recently?
No, it just happened.
Okay.
5, 4 doesn't really answer your question. 3, 2, 1. Mark.
Miss Moneypenny?
Yes. John.
Moneypenny.
Here we go. Tie game.
Tie game, 2-2.
All right, guys. We're going to switch up here and go to Oscar movies. Oscar movies. Which movie got Clint Eastwood his first Oscar for Best Director?
First one. Have you ever been up to Carmel? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gas. 5, 4,
Unforgiven?
2, 1. Pens down. John.
Unforgiven?
Yes. Mark.
Unforgiven.
Tie game. Tie game. This is the match we thought it would be, Ken. Yes.
Number 4 comes in the category of horror thriller. Horror thriller. Who directed 1976 Stephen King classic Carrie? Going back to the 70s. This is a tense matchup already.
Jesus.
3 points each. Scrambling
5,
their answers.
4,
Maybe.
3,
Brian
2,
De Palma.
1. Mark Andreyko.
Brian De Palma.
That's
Yes, and John.
Brian De Palma.
Tie game. All right. Fantasy sci-fi. Fantasy sci-fi. What is the profession of Bruce Willis's character at the beginning of The Fifth Element?
The beginning of the lunch I didn't have the stomach problems I have now.
No?
No. Same you?
Yeah, no.
It's been a while.
And I just
Cab
had
driver.
Fuzzy water, whatever that means. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. John.
Taxi driver?
Yes. Mark.
Taxi driver.
And now it's 5-5.
Question number 6 comes in the category of comedies. What 2 actresses star as sisters throwing one last party before selling their family home in 2015's Sisters? Go back to 2015.
5, 4, 3.
Tina Fey, Amy Poehler.
2, 1. Pens down. Mark Andreyko.
Amy Poehler and Tina Fey?
You got it.
Amy Poehler, Tina Fey.
Tie game.
Tied up, my friend.
All right, so now both players have not missed, and we get to question 7, coming of age. Coming of age.
Jesus
All right.
In the Sandlot.
Which DCEU actor plays a teen named Patrick in the film The Perks of Being a Wallflower?
All right, one of my favorite books. I actually read
Ezra
some
Miller.
great, yeah,
Movie and book.
put on, yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. And John.
Ezra Miller?
Yes, and Andreyko.
Ezra Miller?
Tie game. Perfect game for both of them. Wow, all right, so far. So here we go. This is the last one.
All right, question number 8 is a Patreon question. Patreon question. The following question comes to you from patron Jake Hammer. Thank you, Jake, for supporting the show. The category is dramas. Dramas. In 2015's The Martian, who stars as the young astrodynamicist, Rich Parnell, who formulates a plan to rescue Watney. Astrodynamicist? In 2015's The Martian, who stars as a young astrodynamicist, Rich Parnell, who formulates a plan to rescue Watney. I'm not one for science.
That's fine.
I don't know the words they use to describe
That's all right.
themselves.
And 5, 4, 3,
Maybe.
2,
Kate
1.
Moore.
Pens down, please. Mark Andreyko.
No idea.
And John?
Donald Glover?
That's correct. Perfect round for John Rocha. Perfect round for John Rocha. So only he will have this bonus question here. Bonus question for John Rocha. If he gets it, then he will be up by one more. Excuse me. If he gets this, he'll be up by 2. He has a 1-point lead here. All right, John, this is only for you. You don't have to write it down. Your bonus. The original Taken film starring Liam Neeson
2008.
was released in what year?
2008.
Cheese and rice.
2008.
Movie release dates has to be the one.
That's
2008.
2010.
2008.
Incorrect.
2008.
But he's still
So 8-7, and round number 2 begins with the Outlaw having a 1-point lead in a great first round.
Yeah, great first.
And we start out. Here's round number 2. Here's how it goes. The competitors will spin the wheel. If it lands on a category they do not like, they can spin again, unless, of course, it lands on opponent's choice. Each one is worth 2 points, unless, of course, they go to multiple choice. Then it goes down to 1 point. You can steal in this round, and I believe that both competitors have all of their JTE rules left.
Well, first I want to remind everyone today's Wheels match is sponsored by our Schmoedown patron, Jake Burnham. Patreon.com/Schmoedown. The sponsored wheel slices for today's match are Tom Hanks and get ready, crowd, Meryl Streep.
There it is.
All right, a wheel slice for today's match was sponsored by one of our Schmoedown patrons on Patreon.com/Schmoedown. The sponsored wheel slice for today's match is Action/Adventure. If we land on that, we'll reveal who supported that slice.
I love it. Okay, all right, John, so you have a 1-point lead. Would you like to go first or second?
No, I'll defer to my opponent.
All right, so
All right, it is a close game. It's almost just
here's the spin.
almost a tie.
You know that Andreyko's looking for musicals. You
Yes.
know he's looking for musicals.
Musicals. Meryl Streep is the crowd favorite here. They are chanting for Meryl Streep. It might not even just be the questions, just Meryl in general.
Oh, it's coming around. It looks nice. It looks like a nice.
Round to
Julia Roberts.
would it
No,
be
drama.
Drama. He is debating.
Be a big,
He's
big
debating.
category, but can also be something in his wheelhouse. So I can see the dilemma there for Andreyko.
We are going to need a decision. He's going to spin again. He's going to spin again.
Spinning away from
Right away from drama as the crowd wants Meryl Streep again.
Well, here's the question.
Here we go. Coming down here. It is. Pass.
Look at this. Oh,
It
boy.
could be. No.
Oh,
It
it's Julia
might
Roberts.
be
Nice.
Julia Roberts. Sir,
Julia
would
Roberts
you
it
like to do
is.
the honors?
You got it?
I've got it if you got it.
It's got a strong cheering section in the crowd.
All right,
I
you're
like
going to get 4 questions in the category of Julia Roberts films. Julia Roberts films.
I will not be stealing any of these, just so
All right. Remember, you do have multiple choice.
Never say never.
First question. What song does Rupert Everett's character inspire an entire...
Say a little prayer.
Right, that is 2. All right, second question. What is Tess Ocean's job in Ocean's 11?
Jeweler.
Multiple choice.
A, decorator, interior designer. B, art curator. C, event coordinator. D, concierge.
Art.
Event coordinator?
Incorrect for 1 point steal.
Art curator.
That's correct for 1 point steal. Tie game.
Did steal after all.
All right, Mark, third question. You get 4. Who directed 1999's Runaway
Gary
Bride?
Marshall.
Gary Marshall.
That's correct for 2 points. All right. final question in this round. In 2010's Valentine's Day, Julia Roberts spends a majority of the film on
Bradley
an
Cooper.
airplane seated next to what actor?
Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper.
5.
Multiple choice.
A. Bradley Cooper. B. Patrick Dempsey. C. Jamie Foxx. D.
A.
Topher Grace.
Bradley Cooper.
That's correct for
1 point.
points.
All right, so Andreyko sees himself with a 3-point lead as the outlaw hits the wheel. If the outlaw can get something that he likes, then he's got a good position to get himself a nice lead. However, if he doesn't, then he could put himself even farther behind the android. All right, John, go ahead.
Former champ saunters up there.
Well, he looks determined here.
He does. That's a good spin. I'd say the spin is in on that one for sure.
The fire is definitely in the outlaw's eyes right now. You see it. He's kind of cool, calm, and collected, but he's playing against an android that's pretty solid right now as well. Uh-oh, but look at this, though. I mean, this is moving around in a position that does not look pretty.
It
does
is
not look pretty.
sliding.
It does not look pretty. He got away
Is he
from it.
gonna take
No, he's
musicals?
not. Is he?
Is he going
gonna
back
take
to his seat?
musicals?
He's singing in his
He's just-
brain. Andreyko's calling him a chicken. We're gonna need an answer soon, though.
Gonna give you a 5 count here.
We're gonna.
5, 4, 3.
He's going again.
Oh, this is it. He's going to sit down now.
No, he's got to take what's coming down the pipeline.
Well, he's
here.
looking for sports. He's looking for biopics.
He's got that steal in that round. You know he's great with westerns.
Yes, there's a lot on there that is good for him, but he definitely wants to stay away from. Oh, no. Here we go again.
Oh, it's slice time.
It's coming around.
It's going to
One
be
more. Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott films.
Ridley Scott. All right. Ridley Scott.
All right.
This is up in the air here.
Lucky to tie you.
All right, we got 4 questions.
Yep. All right.
I'm not going with Ridley
Here we
Scott.
go. Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott. All right. What model of car do Thelma and Louise drive around in the film Thelma and Louise?
Multiple choice, please.
A. Thunderbird. B. Mustang. C. Camaro. D. Corvette.
Corvette.
Thunderbird?
Correct for 1
Correct
point.
for a point.
Yep. All right. Question number 2. Who plays Ramses in Exodus, Gods and Kings?
Most historically
Is that Joel
accurate film
Edgerton?
ever.
That is not true. 5, 4, 3.
Damn, multiple choice.
A. Christian Bale. B. Eric Bana. C.
I'm gonna say
Joel
Joel
Edgerton.
Edgerton.
D. Ben Mendelsohn.
Joel Edgerton.
For 1 point.
Correct for a point.
Okay, that's question number 2. Here's question 3. Question 3. What Ridley Scott directed spy film stars Leonardo DiCaprio and Russell Crowe?
What's the name of it?
Multiple choice.
A. Body of Lies.
Body of
B.
Lies.
Spy Game. C.
Body of
Breach.
Lies.
D. Ronin.
Body of Lies.
Correct for 1
Correct.
point.
That game here.
All right, last question here, John. Last question. Which actress played Mission Commander Lewis of Mark Watney's team in The Martian?
Shit, what's her name? Jessica
5.
Chastain. Jessica Chastain.
Yeah, that's the first one. Which actress played Mission Commander Lewis of Mark Watney's team in
Jessica
The Martian?
Chastain.
2 points. John hits it, and
Got
with
it.
that, he takes himself.
Got it.
Yeah, takes himself into the 3rd round now. Round number 3, here we go. So it goes like this. The competitors will pick 3 numbers from 1 to 20, 3 numbers from 1 to 20, and the first one worth 2, the second one worth 3, the third one worth 5 points. All right, so because, John, you have a 2-point lead here, please pick from 1 to 20.
May I consult with my teammate to pick the number out? Is that possible?
He's not acting as your manager, so no.
Okay.
No. All right.
Not filed the paperwork.
6, 8, and 18.
6, 8, and 18. Okay, and Andreyko?
1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3.
Look at that.
All right, so we're gonna start.
I like that.
We're gonna start with the Android. We're gonna start with the Android who chose category 1. Category 1. 2000s. 2000s. All right, Mark, here you go. Who received an Academy Award for Best Actor in a Supporting Role for his performance in 2003's crime drama Mystic River? Five.
Tim Robbins?
Correct for 2 points.
2 points to Tom.
And we bounce to John.
All right.
John, chose category 6.
Category 6. That category, Rocha, is Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks films. 3-point question.
2-point question.
Excuse me.
2-point.
2-point question. Sorry. Thank you.
Make sure you read the 2-point.
2-point question.
Read the 5-point.
Corruption, I know.
Okay, all right. 2-point question. Tom Hanks starred alongside Halle Berry, Jim Broadbent, and Hugo Weaving in what film?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat the question.
All right, just take one. Tom Hanks starred alongside Halle Berry, Jim Broadbent, and Hugo Weaving in what film?
Oh, Cloud Atlas.
Correct.
2 points.
Wow, you got it. All right, now we bounce back to Andreyko. Now we bounce back to Andreyko, who chose category number 2. Marc will be happy with this one. You chose musicals. All right, here you go. Who played Christine in 2004's The Phantom of the Opera?
Emmy Rossum.
3 points.
That's correct. 3 points for Marc. There.
Now we bounce.
That's a 3?
Now we bounce to Rocha, who's got 8.
Number 8. You chose number 8, the number of the all-time greatest catcher for the New York Mets, Gary Carter. Number 3. Category is classics for your 3-point question. Classics.
Okay.
What was Charlie Chaplin's first true talking picture? Call them talkies.
Oh, The Great Dictator.
That's correct for 3 points.
Wow. What a fight. It is the fight we thought it would be.
It is.
And now Marc Andreyko has a chance.
Just for the hell of it, I would like to challenge that because he only speaks at the very end, and by saying true talkie, that's a full talking.
Then the answer is Limelight.
All right, we got
Either
a
way,
challenge
I know
on the table. We got a challenge
Yeah.
on the table here.
Challenge on the table. All right, we're making a judgment on the call here, too. The wording of the question was a little wonky. It was supposed to be the first technical talking pitcher. John Rocha did answer both of what the technical term and what the obviously first true talking pitcher was. So because of it, we are going to award John Rocha the 3 points. And we go back to 1917. That is a decision that we are confident we had the singles commissioner come in too. So there's a lot of debate on that one. But 1917, and now we get to the 5-pointer for Marc Andreyko. If he hits the 5-pointer, if he hits it, it will bounce back to John Rocha. If he misses, John Rocha will advance to the triple threat match against Ethan Irwin and Bibiani. So it's category number 3 is what Marc Andreyko chose. Here we go. Marc, for your 5-pointer, you told Martin Scorsese movies. Here we go. Name 2 of the 3 actors that play Nicolas Cage's paramedic partners in Bringing Out the Dead.
Never even heard of the movie.
No answer?
Nope.
And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, the Outlaw, John Rocha. Does it?
No answer.
Rocha does it, and he makes it.
He makes it. That's
To the match.
19. Marc unhappy. The end of the match walks off. Rocha kind of subdued there, but Bringing Out the Dead, the final one there, is the deciding round.
It was a great match. And because of it, John Rocha is going to that triple threat match now. Triple threat match between Ethan Irwin, and Bibiani for that number 1 contender match. It's going to be interesting.
It absolutely is going to be interesting. That one, the road to the gold, as we said, moves on for John Rocha. Will he face his teammate for that gold? He's got a big obstacle in front of him, and Ethan Irwin, the former champ, and William Bibiani, the former champ as well.
All right, well, let's go to Jen Serger, who is with both Marc Andreyko and John Rocha. Here we go.
I want to say, though, I am really proud of him and for how he played today. I mean, 2 really fierce competitors out there, and you just never know the way it's going to go. And I think a lot of times you get incredibly heated, and I'm going to work with Marc on figuring out ways to make sure that the rules are fair for everybody across the board and talk to Christian about it. And we definitely will be in Chicago, and we'll be there and having even more fire behind us now.
Thank God. Well, best of luck in Chicago.
Thank you so much.
I hope you can get this sorted out. And
I don't want to deal with another one of those after Chicago, so hopefully it goes our way there. So.
yeah, someone told me you got another phone call. What was that about?
Yeah. I honestly believe that if I had not received that call, that maybe I would have been here to de-escalate things. So now she's even more on my crap list. I mean, when I think it can't get any worse, it does. And she is despicable and playing dirty, and two can play that game.
All right, well, glad you made it here. Might want to go check on Marc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Best
Thank
of
you
luck
so
in
much.
Chicago.
Thank you.
And I'm back with the outlaw, John Rocha. You are
Yeah.
shaken
Yeah.
right now.
Listen, Andreyko gave me everything I could possibly want in a match. I feared him like crazy. They call him the android because at times it doesn't feel like he's human because he knows so much about movies. And, the wheel looked, in my opinion, it was tilted in his favor, a lot of categories. So the odds were stacked against me. I was a little nervous going through the whole game, and we went toe-to-toe all the way to the end. It's unfortunate the way it went down, but for once it's nice to be on the right side of a decision. And so, either way, I played my heart out. I got nothing to be ashamed about. I knew the answer either way, and I move on, and that's how it goes. But I feel for Marc. I know that anger. I've been
I was
in
just
that
going to
place,
say,
so
you
I
are
know.
not a stranger to controversy
No.
here. How do you move on from something like that if you're Marc Andreyko,
Yeah, I don't know.
From personal experience.
Yeah, exactly. I think you take time, step back, see if you really want to keep continuing, and then focus on up. And because there's other competitors to go take down, there's other roads to walk down. And look, my boy Dan bounced back from loss to Andrew Guy and is wearing the title again. So just because you fall down or have things go against you doesn't mean you can't get back up and climb back up the ladder.
Absolutely. And speaking of the guy next to you wearing the title, you two obviously will now be facing off. Well, you will be facing off with Bibbs and with Ethan.
Yeah.
Two-faced Dan.
Yeah, it's a
There's
daunting.
just a lot of questions right now, obviously.
Well, ask away,
you know?
Jen.
Who are you fearing most going into that three-way match? And then what's that going to do to the chemistry, obviously, with the Founding Fathers, should you face Dan?
Well, I think, it's ironic having Dan next to me. Last triple threat match I was in was against Mark Riley and this man right here, Dan Merle. And I ended up coming out on the losing end even after dispatching. We dispatched Riley. I still came out on the losing end thanks to the damn Back to the Future question. But, in the end, what it is about keeping your mental stability through the whole game, believing in yourself and fighting through it. These are two incredibly knowledgeable guys. Dan, you faced Ethan at that live event in New York. I faced Bibiani and took the title off him. So 3 of the most recent title winners going at it. There's no way I can pick a favorite or which one I'm more afraid of. They all have their strengths and they all have their weaknesses. It's going to be a hell of a battle. But at the end of the day, I want it, and I hope that's enough to carry me through out of that battle and on to face Dan.
Absolutely. I just hope our studio can hold up during it, because it's gonna be one of those matches that I feel like is gonna tear the house down.
Yeah.
I look forward to that fight. I look forward to facing off whoever comes out against it. And I know there's going to be a lot of talk about today's match. I hate when matches end in controversy like that.
Don't
It's
we
just
all?
It's bad for the winner. It's bad for the person that
And
doesn't
it's
come
bad
out on
for
the
the
other
league,
side.
let's be
It's bad
honest.
for the league, and I think what it comes back to is, the ruling. They were already in a no-win scenario. Either John was going to be extremely upset by it, or Marc was going to be extremely upset by it. I think what we got to look at as a league is make sure that we do everything we can to not get in that kind of position again.
And to keep some kind of consistency going.
I agree. Consistency. If it's going back to the rules and going through every possible scenario, I know that seems like it's impossible to do, but I think it's also going through the questions. I think a word like true being in that question, that's a little subjective. That's a bit hazy. It's a bit fuzzy. And when you leave that wiggle room in there, I think you have room for what happened here today. When I played Andreyko, there was a question that I had to challenge because it was just flat out inaccurate. I think that there's a great team that runs Schmoedown. There's a lot of people that put a lot of time and effort into putting these matches together. I think that we just have to make sure that these matches are gone through with a fine-tooth comb to make sure we do everything we can to make sure that we don't get in another situation like this, because there's John may have won the game, but it's really a no-win scenario in a lot of ways, because there's always going to be that cloud over it. There's always going to be those questions and anger, and nobody wants that. Nobody
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So much talent, so much wisdom up here with me. Congratulations again, John.
Thank you.
Good luck in that three-way match, man. It's going to be intense, and I personally can't wait to watch.
Me too. Thanks. We'll see if I can do it.
Speaking of no-win scenario, that match for me.
Look, Andreyko's obviously was a little heated about the wording of that question, and I understand. It's like, look, there was
we know what the writer was trying to get at there with the technical version there too. John Rocha had both answers, so that we're confident in the decision that we made in the desk here. But it was a match. It was a good match. It was straight to the wire. They both fought really hard, and John Rocha sees himself with a win. And you see in that interview where Dan and John had the conversation, he's encouraging him there, and then John's getting heated up because now he gets to face, once again, a guy that he beat for the title and the guy that beat him for that title, Ethan Irwin and Bibiani.
A lot of stuff. It is a competitive sport. It gets a lot of the competitors, just their juices flowing, good and bad, and that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. But that's what we got. We got a big three-way dance coming.
All right. So, and now we ask you guys to let you know, April 13th. You just saw him. Well, he is going. It's the Odd Couple, Jeff Snyder and Marc Andreyko, heading to Chicago to play Who's the Boss in a number one contender match. That's right, for the number one contender match, the winners of that will play the Shire Wolves for the championship. So, guys, right now, I would ask you to go over there, Schmoedownlive.com, check out Trivia SD. William Bibiani is doing a great job managing all the writers over there, having a great time with all the articles that go up every single day. And check out Patreon. Patreon.com/Schmoedown. Go get our shows on audio. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole thing. A lot of things.
All right, for the pit boss, Ken Epson, check out Inside Schmoedown every Monday on this very channel. And for me, Christian Harloff, I am the chairman. We'll see you next time.
How's it going, Stace?
Hey, James, what's up?
Let me just say, I am so happy you decided to come and join us in our righteous cause.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you guys got us too.
So, look, here's the thing. I hear talk you have a new partner, and I just gotta know who is it.
Yeah, I can't tell you though.
What?
I can't reveal it yet.
Come on, I'm your stablemate. No, we're family now, which means I'm entitled to know the information you know.
No. I mean, I'll give you this though. This guy, he's super serious about winning. All right, me and Grace worked really hard to make this happen. And you guys are gonna be happy with it. You're gonna be thrilled.
Okay, look, you don't gotta tell the fan. You don't gotta tell the whole league. Just tell me. Just a tale.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Let me tell you, you can't tell anybody though. All right.
Okay. Oh.
Is that it? Well, really good match. Andreyko, I'm sorry, the match ended that way for you, but they made the decision. I think it was a good call, fair call. Rocha, great win got that perfect first round. And next up, triple threat, Beast, Irwin, Rocha. It's gonna be a fucking barn burner. Can't wait to see it. And we still yet to find out who Stacy's partner is. A lot of people think it is Eric Zipper. I don't anymore. I think it's somebody who we are not even looking at or even considering. I think is who's going to be her partner. Now, I could be wrong, and it could be Eric Zipper, but I got a feeling it's not him. It's somebody else. We'll have to wait and find out when the time comes when they reveal that. But yeah, if you like my reactions, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, Christopher Woodburn. You can find me on Twitter, Chris Woodburn83, Facebook, Christopher Michael Woodburn. And if you do Schmoedown reactions, trailer reactions, come join the MTS Fan Reaction League on Facebook. It's a lot of fun. So until next time, Mr. Boy C-Dub, peace.